So you quit.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of rejection, a lot of jobs you didn't like.
Yep.
So I know you weren't that really propelled you to be an entrepreneur. So I want you to talk about just your first entrepreneurial venture and what that was like for you.
So I had this crazy idea. I don't even think I would say it was crazy,
Very
but
you.
you know, growing up in the Bronx, uptown specifically, the Jamaican part, not the South Bronx. We need to specify
Because there is a difference.
There is a difference.
Right.
Allerton and better.
Yeah. It is.
So
Yeah.
like further
Yeah,
up.
Allerton and further
You know,
up. Right. That's just
We have this community of really hardcore Jamaicans.
It's like the Flatbush of
the Bronx.
Of the Bronx,
Yes,
yeah,
for
definitely,
sure.
yeah.
A lot of like lady saws. And I'm just like, from the beginning,
I can't.
the nail salons, you know, the swag was there.
Yeah.
Always. Nothing.
Always
you
a
can't,
story.
As Ron, we saw recently, all the beautiful things come out of the ghetto.
Yeah, right.
Most beautiful things come out of the ghetto. And growing up around that culture and seeing nails being at the forefront, beauty in general, and I think it's Black women across the board, but in our community, you see people, the emphasis on nails. It's like money in the nails and the nail polish, the colors, the changing colors and all this stuff. So I always had like an affinity for nails, and I'm like, I want to have my own nail polish, but I want it to be philanthropic. So I don't want it to just be, oh, I'm making money and like I'm being a fly girl.
Yes. It was so amazing, yes.
I wanted to give back, which is a different thing. It started with me like, I want to bring more awareness to rheumatoid arthritis. And then I was like, but I want to bring awareness to other people too, because I try to be as selfless as possible. So Poly started, and it was really cool. I had fun. Like, I don't have any graphic design skill. The website was basura.
I wouldn't go that far, but okay. It was really cool. It was cute.
It was.
I like the one we did with the Skittles.
That was cute because,
You know, shout out to AI photos.
Yes, shout out to Alden for the photos. Shout out to Jeff on the nails, and my friend Bianca for modeling.
Yes.
And you know, we had cute little House of Darion type.
So you borderline, cause the beehive in me, I was like, girl, we not gonna go there. I was about to say to you, we not gonna talk about in this time anything about Beyonce.
I love B.
Okay. Cause I was about to go to the far left side, like cause I always said we're moderate member.
No shade, but you know how the early 2000s trash concepts. The concepts were not there.
Yeah, they weren't.
It wasn't Ivy Park.
And I have to be very honest. House Darion was not.
Right. The glow up is real.
Yeah, she definitely.
Yes.
Okay.
Transitions.
I will admit that.
So we tried, and I think it was the start of me really bringing ideas to life and pushing myself, because I end up having all these like, oh my God, I want to do this, I don't want to do that. And then I don't do it out of fear or
I just not really know how to
execute things. So I'm like, you know what,
life.
I'm just going to do it. And I had creative people around me that could help me. And it was ratchet. As much as you don't want to say it's ratchet, it was a little ratchet.
How was it ratchet?
That logo?
Okay, so I understand it was ratchet to you. The logo was ratchet?
Yes, it just was ratchet in the sense of like it being,
you know,
just like me picking a font off of
I was about to say,
Photoshop.
because I know that you have your training and my training.
A girl has no name.
Okay? The new house training girl has no name. And so I don't know about these things, like typefaces. I mean, I learned that from you. So I'm like,
yes.
When you had texted that to me one time, I'm like, let me go look that.
Right. So I didn't have the money or the skill on my own to come up with a logo that I really loved.
Well, talk about where the name Polly came from anyway.
So it's actually a nickname that my mom and dad gave me. In Jamaica, my dad is called the big lizard. So when he had me, they called me the Polly lizard, because that's like the baby lizard. So then they all call me Polly. And I was like, that's so cute. And it's like kind of a play on nail polish poly was not intentional, but it just
worked out.
It worked. Yeah.
Okay. So some of the things that you gave back, so I know it was rheumatoid arthritis, it was lupus, and thank you for like naming the one colors after my sis. Yes. Rest in peace. And it was
breast cancer. I think MS. I'm trying to remember. There was Girls Inc.
Right, Girls Inc.
And yeah,
I just think it was a really good
concept. Good.
It was really good,
yes.
and the colors were popping. That was when I used to put little things on my nose. I can't do that now because a girl be doing too much. I need. So I loved Polly. Polly is not around anymore, right? What made it phase out?
I just lost my passion for it. I made a note about this on my Instagram recently that I didn't feel the passion for it that I did when I first started. And once I'm not passionate about something, then you just gotta let it go.
Let it go.
So
that's a word.
Yeah.
Once you're not passionate about something, let it go.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna come back to that in a second too. So then you started another. And when did you start Poly? How old were you when you started Poly?
So we going to the age?
Yeah, I need to. I'm trying to create a timeline. Was it after the masters, before the masters?
This was after my
After
masters.
the masters. Okay.
Yes.
So you were even
shortly.
You weren't even 25 yet.
No.
But she ain't do nothing though. Okay. So after Poly, you do what?
After Poly, I was phasing out of that other position.
Right.
And then I was working full time. It was back to like square one. Working full time at nowhere. Oh my gosh. I feel like this happened yesterday and it didn't. After I left that job, I didn't have another job. I'm like,
wow.
You know?
I hope you're taking notes because just so you know that success is not linear. It's up and down. A lot of tears.
Yes.
And especially if you want to do this thing.
Yes. And I was like, I'm going to get another writing job. I interviewed at many places, interviewed at what I thought would have been my dream company. And they were on me. I'm telling you, listen, they were on your girl. Do not believe them when they say, oh my God, you're going to love working here. It's going to be amazing. There's all this stuff. It's so amazing. You have so much experience. We're so impressed with your resume.
Wow. Okay.
And I left there feeling like
I'm about to get
Jadena. Okay? I was like, literally. I was like, I'm telling you, sashayed out of it. Like, I have this job.
It's so funny because when you're talking about these, I remember them. Like, you said to me, like,
It's definitely happening. I'm getting this job.
Right.
It's gonna happen. Then a couple weeks go by. Where's my callback? Like, where's my offer letter? Like, I need to know what's my timeline looking like. I hit up HR. HR was like, they went in a different direction. I was like, oh.
So I was never going to know.
So, okay.
I feel that's so unprofessional. Like, if you're not going to give me the job, at least be courteous and send me.
Yes.
Send
a dummy email.
Not a rejection letter, but like just thank you for interviewing, because I have to be courteous to you.
Right.
And so, but I think that also shows that I don't want to work for this kind of company. Do I want to work for this kind of people that doesn't send me? Yeah. Because I would send you a thank you email. Thank you for taking the time to interview me. And you're expected to send that email.
Yes.
But you should be, okay, I'm
and I was interviewed by 3 different people, and I sent all of them thank you notes.
And then you went 3. Oh, see?
So
they tried it. But I want you to talk about the glow up, though. I'm so excited. Because your girl came back and was like, you know how Martin came back with the... Wait, you like Tiffany in the house. So what was the next step that you get the tradition letter and you're like, okay.
I cried.
Wow.
Super hard.
I wasn't ready.
I was bawling. And I was like, I can't believe this. And a part of me, even though I felt like I was going to get the job, a part of me felt like I wasn't, because when I went into the building, there was no one there that looked like me. And I was like, that's pretty important. Which is many corporate spaces, that is the case. But I was like, nah, I'm lit.
Right.
So they're definitely...
Because you are qualified.
They're going... Exactly. I was like, I'm super qualified for this job. But whatever. I cried so much. And then after I stopped crying, I was like, you know what? If these people are not going to let me in the door, let me get my Doctor Strange on.
Hello.
And make my own portal, okay?
I love it. Endgame.
Like, let
the
me.
time stone. Okay.
Yes.
I love it. And you know, and usually you hear people that are so successful, those words, they usually say that.
Yes.
There was no space for me, so I created it for myself.
Right.
And then sometimes I'm talking about myself included, we feel like because we're so smart, because we're so talented, we should be given these opportunities.
Right.
And it's like, sometimes guys, like, how bad do you want it?
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So kudos to you. So you said you're Dr. Strange right now, and you created this portal for yourself.
Yes.
And what was that?
So that portal, I didn't know the name at the time, but is now Vows of Style, VOWS of Style.
Yeah.
Which started as a bridal fashion blog, because at my previous job, I wrote about weddings and all that stuff, but I like to focus on the fashion. So when I wasn't writing love stories, I would try to write as many fashion stories as possible. And I went to Bridal Fashion Week, and I was like, you know what, I want to keep doing that because it excited me and made me happy. And I didn't really see many blogs, platforms dedicated to just the fashion. It was always like the love stories, which is amazing. Of course, the wedding is about the love. Right. But your girl likes some looks. So.
And there is this too. I'm just saying, you are pinky up. I'm just saying, go ahead.
So I started Vows of Style, and I was like, one of my former coworkers, her name is also Tiffany. Shout out to Tiff.
Hey, Tiff.
She's an amazing graphic designer, and she had moved on from...
Black woman.
Yeah, she's also black.
Come through.
She moved on from that company that we work for, and I hit her up, and I was like, I want to do this thing. Can you help me build this website? And also help me think of some names. And she threw out some stuff, and then ultimately we landed on Vows of Style. And you know, I wrote a couple of stories. I interviewed this designer, Rebecca Skoneveld, in Brooklyn. And my cousin, again, shout out to AKI Photography, Watch the Lens on Instagram.
He does most of my photography too. Well, back in the day.
Yes.
But he's so amazing. He's always at Fashion Week.
Always. And he came with me, and we shot her space. We shot her and interviewed her. It's still on the website. It's one of my favorite pieces. I was insecure at the time that I wrote that also because I had gotten so many rejections. Even though I had come off the heels of a full-time job writing, I didn't feel like I had the editorial support from the staff there to feel confident in what I was producing. So when I wrote that piece, I was like, this is kind of raw, but I'm going to put it out anyway. And it's, you know, the first step. That's it. It's never going to be perfect. You just have to keep going at it. That was like 3 years ago. And, you know, we're climbing on social.
Yeah, now I can't. I mean, you got to hit that message button. Give us 4 days before we return your message. Okay?
And it's transitioned from just a blog to now we're offering styling services to brides-to-be. We haven't fully launched it, so this is the first time I'm actually saying it to other people.
All right.
Yeah, speaking intentions, because it's happening.
Right.
So we've changed the website, so the interface is more like service-based. You can take your style quiz and figure out what your bridal style is, and there's still some editorial on there. We go to Bridal Fashion Week every year.
Yeah.
Just came back last month from another Bridal Fashion Week. And those same girls that rejected me for that job, I'm in the same rooms as them, front row at the shows.
Hey.
Just gonna say that.
You gotta do the twirl. You gotta do the twirl. Okay, yes. Okay. I don't have any here, but I'm gonna just.
Blood on your hands.
I just love that. I mean, and it's sometimes the pettiness in those little moments are satisfying, and we have to acknowledge them.
Yes.
And it's not like, you know, you're not a bad-hearted person, but you just remember, like, you told me no.
Right. And here I am.
And also, I have to thank you.
Yes.
Because if you didn't tell me no, I would have never realized who I needed to be.
Right.
Because I'm not meant to work for nobody. You're not meant to work for nobody.
I mean, I'm still working for people.
You are, but in that space, you are meant to do your own thing.
Yes.
Right?
And I definitely don't resent them, and you know, my path is different, and I'm grateful, as you said.
Yeah, because you realize that I want to do this, and they probably wouldn't have like appreciated what I would have brought
Right.
to their table.
Exactly.
Essentially, it's their table.
Yeah.
You know?
Very true.
So that's just your 20s. Remember when we started this? It was, I didn't really do anything, but okay. So
that was an impression of me.
Okay, I'm trying. I'm
You
an actor.
tried it.
I tried it. Okay, so that's your 20s, and you're about to be 30, and it's just so crazy. It's the new moon, and we're supposed to set intentions. I think it's so perfect. What do you want your 30s to like bring you? What do you want to? Who do you want to be? What do you want to have? What do you want to manifest?
So I can happily say that who I want to be in my 30s is who I already am.
Okay, I'm just gonna get up and just we're just gonna finish. That was the answer. That was it.
It's just up from here.
Okay.
I feel like I'm definitely more confident in who I am. And although I'm nowhere near what I see, big picture, I'm seeing duplex, Carrera marble, you know, like a garage situation, maybe a kid or two.
And you, if you so decide.
Yes, my husband's staying in a separate room because I need my space. Wow. Your girl needs a space.
Okay.
But it's going to be like brownstone.
So you're going to get like a Will and Jada kind of thing. Okay. Because you know they don't sleep in the same room. I just know.
They don't?
I don't.
Oh.
I'm not saying, okay,
do
do not quote.
Don't tag her.
Please. Because I love you, Jada. Auntie Jada. Wow. I'm trying to do a red table talk. Bring me on. Okay. I got some stories. But, so, okay, I'm feeling this red, you can see it red. I'm still talking about red table talk. The granite tops and
yes, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing vows being massive in the bridal space. I'm seeing us being in tech when it comes to bridal.
And I'm seeing some of those people trying to ask you for insights.
Yes.
I definitely
I'm seeing that.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing us having stylists all across the country to help brides to be find their perfect look. And internationally, because we love us some British.
So when you go across, overseas,
yes,
I'll let you go.
You're with me, yes, all day.
Okay, continue.
And I'm also seeing my book being published. That has to happen.
Yes,
it has to happen
because you're such an amazing writer. Like. Okay, so most of my speeches, I don't do speeches. Wow, I don't know why I said that. But whenever I have to write something, I'm sending it to her to edit or to like. Sometimes I can be very wordy, and so she'll just like, you do this, and she'll send it back, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna put by Tiffany because my thing was trash. But
I can't.
No, seriously, you've helped me write a lot of major things. When I had to write the speech for Mommy's funeral, you did. I sent it to the eulogy.
Yes.
And when I had to write all of my grad school,
a couple pieces.
Most of the stuff that when I did my 30th thing, you helped me.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm just saying that you just have that eye, and I've always known that ever since you were in Cortland. Remember you sent me those stories?
Oh, yeah.
So one of my songs, which is unreleased, but I feel like it's gonna be like an interlude in one of my future albums, which it will. Remember that?
Yes, it will. Intentions.
Intentions. Wow. Remember that piece you wrote in Cortland, and you were like, "When did the romance of courting get so rare as a 4-leaf clover?" And I was like, "Wow."
I was like 12 when I wrote that.
I was like, "Who thinks like this?"
And I'm sure reading any of my past works, I'd be like, ugh.
Well, it ended up it's definitely an interlude. I had made a song about it, like a little interlude kind of thing. And it's just like, was just so perfect. I'm like, I was always enamored by you already.
Well, I appreciate you.
I'm always like, oh my God, you're so good. So I'm really excited about the book coming out. What? I'm
mad. You're talking about the book coming out like it's coming out next week.
Because 2020, okay? I'm excited about the book coming out. What is it going to be about?
I don't know. But I think the overall theme, it's a book of short stories.
Okay.
I think the overall theme is acceptance. So I'm just going to say that.
Okay. Overall theme is acceptance. So we have to wait.
Yeah.
Mystery.